It's time for the spread, or as Danny calls it, Bon Jovi time. Our weekly look at sports from a gambling perspective. Joining us, as always, is Todd Fuhrman, columnist for Outkick the Coverage and market analyst for Don Best. Keep in mind, his information is for the employed only. If you're unemployed, entertainment purposes. Now, Todd, the Kentucky Derby is this weekend, and Rick Pitino is a minority owner of the horse Golden Sense, which is one of the favorites at 5-1. He's been on a life heater recently, winning the NCAA tournament, being elected to the Hall of Fame, finding out Russ Smith will be returning to Louisville, and a back tattoo that'll make any sorority proud. Do you see Pitino's luck continuing at the Derby?
Golden Sense has already helped get Pitino to the Triple Crown. At the same time, guys, this would give Pitino the grand slam if he's able to get Golden Sense into the winner's circle. At 5-1, though, with the third morning line favorite, I think he's a little too chalky. I'm not sure Rick's going to find this much luck in Churchill like he found in the national championship.
All right, Todd, let's look at the NBA. Dwight Howard is set to become a free agent this summer, and Sportsbook.com lists the Lakers as the favorite to land him at 1-3. But where do you think Dwight Howard ends up next season?
At 1-3, I don't think there's any value in backing him to be a Laker next year, especially judging Kobe's lukewarm comments about Howard's future with the team. I think if you look at these numbers, the Rockets at 5-2, and even the Nets at 3-1 may offer a little bit of value in there. I just can't see him being a Laker again, assuming the Lakers are going to keep Paul Gasol for with one more year left in his deal.
Todd, what's the best book to take odds on wherever he goes, fan base being disgruntled by midseason?
Oh, that's a given. I mean, I think the Lakers would be happy to pack his bags and send him on his merry way. I'm just not sure what city wants to have a welcoming party if he comes in there. He's starting to burn bridges, and 9 years into his career, you have to wonder if Dwight Howard's ever going to realize his potential as a big man and not just be a journeyman center at this point.
Burning bridges, that guy's like Sherman at this point. Now, you recently wrote an article projecting the Vegas line for NFL win totals. You expect 4 teams, the Broncos, Pats, Packers, and Niners, to have their totals open at 12 or more. The Redskins, you put at 16. I appreciate that. It's been over a decade since 4 teams have been lined that high. What's your reasoning?
I took an awful lot of blowback on that article, I will say that. I think with those numbers there's a real difference between the haves and the have-nots. And I know people like to talk about the NFL, it's laden with parity, this, that, or the other. But the reality is those teams have really distanced themselves from the field. They have schedules pretty conducive to having good seasons, and you're not going to get a lot of public money under. Better to start high, let the professionals come in and bet them under. I will say, guys, one team, though, that caught a lot of interest for some of the professionals, they said I undersold the Eagles at 6.5. They think they're a 500 football team, or maybe better if they buy into Chip Kelly's system.
Ooh, interesting. I can't wait to see that. All right, earlier this week, the first legal online poker site in the U.S., ultimatepoker.com, launched in Nevada. Todd, is this going to open up the doors for legal sports betting online?
We can only hope that it's right around the corner, but I'm still a little pessimistic. Really believe if I'm putting an over-under up on the board for people to bet on, I'll set that at about 20.5 months before we're allowed interstate commerce. I still think there's some obstacles for the online poker game. If you're only talking about individual states that can get involved, it's real tough to sustain that business model and keep the tables active for 24 hours a day.
Okay, finally, Todd, what everybody's talking about, the Sports Emmy Awards are next week. Unite is nominated in 2 categories. Yeah. What are the odds that we win an Emmy, and what are the odds that they send me a Greyhound ticket that I can attend?
I'm more concerned about the integrity of the Sports Emmys, Reese, if you walk away with hardware. Danny, I can see taking home something in that realm, but you, Reese, it's going to be a bit of a long shot. I'm going to say that you guys are about 10-1. I know you're in 2 categories to go home with any hardware from the Sports Emmy.
That's my man right there.
What are you talking about?
My man's he's keeping it real. He's saying what's going to happen.
Yeah, because everybody that votes on it is 85. So, yeah, congratulations. You appeal to that demographic. You got to be thinking ahead like me and Todd Fuhrman are. The voters aren't there yet, and he knows that. Thanks so much. Find my man Todd on Twitter at Todd Fuhrman. Thanks so much for blessing me with the future tag.
Always a pleasure, guys. Enjoy the Derby this weekend. And Reese, have fun watching those NHL playoffs. I know they're #1 on your priority list.
I'll see you on Twitter.